Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Oh, the Illblurmatic.
Welcome back to Illblurmatic, and today's video is going to be on Kendrick Lamar leaving TDE, and also just some hints about kind of why maybe he left TDE, and just some other things too as well. So let's get right to this. So Kendrick Lamar was signed to TDE since 2004. He had a heck of a run. 17 years signed to an indie record label is incredible, okay? The guy puts out phenomenal pieces of work, whether it was the mixtapes that he put out, whether it was the albums. I mean, Kendrick Lamar, the EP, Overly Dedicated, Session 80. He had a nice run on TDE. I can't deny that. I was like, yo, I was shocked too when I heard the news. I'm like, wait, Kendrick Lamar's leaving TDE? Like the label that he started with? I mean, I get it's an indie record label. I'm not against the indie record labels. It was just, it blew my mind. I was like, wow. Like as much as we saw him come out with these nice projects and everything, but all good things come to an end. And I think maybe, let me just explain this in a way that people can understand. I mean, Kendrick Lamar is the top artist on TDE, like meaning that when it comes to record sales, like he's doing phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? If you look not just at albums, he probably was costly. You know what I'm saying? When you really think about it, he probably started to become costly to TDE. And that probably was what happened behind the scenes. That, his music videos are very artistic, and I really do appreciate that about Kendrick Lamar. As an artist, he's not just a rapper, but he puts time into his videos that makes them very interesting and very unique. So that could actually be the reason why he may have left. Like they probably like, yo, we got all these other artists on TDE, and don't get me wrong, TDE has a nice lineup, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and act like, oh, TDE don't. Yes, they have Isaiah Rashad. They have Reason. They have SZA, you know what I'm saying? J-Rock, Schoolboy Q. They have a nice roster, but I think Kendrick was a little bit more costly than the other artists, if you ask me. And the thing is, good things come to an end. I like that Kendrick said, I helped TDE become the label that it was. He appreciates Top Dog. And, it's interesting that his final album, like, I am definitely interested in hearing what this final album is going to sound like. But I do know Kendrick has took a back seat. He said, hey, yo, I turned my phone off. I haven't really connected with anybody. I've just been trying to get myself in the process of album mode. Artists all go through that where they go through album mode. Some people go isolate themselves, put out some music. Some people, get together with other artists and put out an album. And I like that Kendrick said, hey, I've been, kind of just out of the scene. I'm not, gone, but I'm just trying to get my mindset right for the final TDE album. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? But there were also some hints that Kendrick was leaving. The cryptid tweets that we saw last year, kind of was weird, you know what I'm saying? But Kendrick's like an enigma to hip hop to some extent. And, a little mystery. And, you just look at them for what they was when he was talking to Top Dog on Twitter, But, I mean, let's be honest. When Kendrick's manager, Dave Free, left TDE last year, I was like, something's up. When your manager, the man that got you signed to TDE, left, I was like, yeah, something's up. There's no denying it, you know what I'm saying? But the good thing is, I kind of figured that Kendrick was going to go that direction anyway. Kendrick has a label, well, not necessarily a label, but an agency, because the reason why I call it an agency, because it's not a label. Because Brent Faiyaz modeled for it. And like I said, it's a podcast thing too. So PG Lane is something that him and Dave Free have come together on. And it's interesting because I remember seeing the actual video that they had on PG Lane. It was a little odd, you know what I'm saying? But I kind of understood, like, this is something new that Kendrick and Dave Free are putting together as a collective, you know what I'm saying? So that's very interesting to hear this. And when Dave Free left, it was kind of like, man, like, it's weird, you know what I'm saying? The man that signed Kendrick Lamar left. But the thing is, we all knew Kendrick was going to eventually not necessarily leave, but we knew he was going to leave eventually. But in other news, I mean, he's still signed to Dr. Dre, which is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So he's still signed to Aftermath. If people are trying to wonder, like, is he still signed to Aftermath or did he just leave T.D.E? He's still signed to Aftermath, which I'm glad that he is still signed to Aftermath. Cause like I said, I like the Aftermath roster. I never liked the whole roster. Like, the only people I like on Aftermath is probably Kendrick and Anderson .Paak out of the newcomers, okay? And like I said, it's definitely going to be interesting to see what he's going to do. But also, it's been announced that finally Dr. Dre mentioned, he said, yo, you know, yes, Kendrick Lamar will be dropping his final, you know, debut album out, you know, this year. So sometime this year, we will definitely get a Kendrick Lamar album, which I'm excited about, you know what I'm saying? I wonder what it's going to be about. I mean, it's very interesting that Kendrick has, you know, decided to go a different route. But it's good that he's still on good terms with the artists of TDE and also Top Dog, you know what I'm saying? The man that signed them to Top Dog Entertainment. So that's definitely going to be good. But it's going to be sad, you know what I'm saying? But the good thing about it is now the other artists that are signed to the roster may have more exposure. You know, when you really think about it, Kendrick is definitely, you know, is amazing as an artist. But now other artists get a chance to shine that, you know, we're kind of in the shadow maybe of Kendrick Lamar. And I'm not saying like in a bad way. Maybe they didn't get the notoriety or maybe the popularity as much. So I think TDE is well off. I mean, you know what I'm saying? As a label, they just signed Rayvon, phenomenal artist. If you have not checked out this EP, go check out the EP. It's only 3 songs, but hey, it was like, yo, this dude's got some heat. He's got some heat as an artist, you know what I'm saying? But what do you guys think about this? Are you happy that Kendrick is definitely leaving TDE? Are you looking forward to the album that's supposed to drop this year? I don't know exactly when. I know Dr. Dre mentioned that a lot of the Aftermath artists are dropping this year. Snoop, you know, I think Anderson .Paak is with Bruno Mars, Silk Sonic. And like I said, it's definitely going to be an interesting year, end of the year for some of these releases. Like, I think Kendrick's going to be the most anticipated album for the end of the year. Yeah, whether it's November, December, that's all I can say. Until next time, guys, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for commenting. Until next time, guys, I'm out.